yes. We got them hats, yeah, we got them hats. You name it, we got it. You cop it, we ship it, we drop it right to your door. Ship it, drop it, right to your door.
I'm looking for a hat, drive around town and I need a cat. Where do I go? Where do I go? I got hats for sales.com.
You see what you like, you buy it, we ship it, it's coming your way. It's coming. Ship it, it's coming your way. We got them hats, got 'em. We got them hats, got 'em, got 'em. We got them hats, yes, yes. We got them hats, yeah, we got them hats. You name it, we got it. You cop it, we ship it, we drop it right to your door. Ship it, drop it right to your door.
I'm looking for a hat, drive around town and I need a cat. Where do I go? Where do I go? I got hats for sales.com.
You see what you like, you buy it, we ship it, it's coming your way. It's coming. Ship it, it's coming your way.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Van. We are all the LFR family. Shout out to you all. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Much love to everybody, man. Shout out to my LFR family. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. That is the only price of admission for our live streams, to simply hit the like button. I plan on having a good conversation with you all. We're not going to be here for 3, 4, 5 hours. We're just going to hit it and quit it. Probably hour and a half, maybe. But make sure y'all share this bad boy so people know where what y'all are up to, what we are doing, what we're getting into, the type of conversations we're having. What you're looking at right now on my screen is hatsforsale.com. This is where I sell all of my merch. And if you want any of this right here, just go to the link below, this description, or go directly to hatsforsale.com and put in LFR Family. But make sure that when you check out, you use LFR10 so you get 10% off, okay? Make sure that you put LFR10 in so you can get 10% off. Also, man, if you know anybody, a man, if you have a man in your life, make sure you cop one of these sweatsuits, man. This is the welfare boy sweatsuit. Stylish. It has a great story behind it. And, I mean, it just it's warm. You know what I mean? You can work out in it. You can just go out on a date in it. Trust me, I know. I wear my stuff everywhere I go, and people compliment me on everything. And shout out to Wheezy, who just now got a sweat hood. She got the whole sweatsuit, actually. She got the gray joint. Shout out to Wheezy. And shout out to Renee Suzanne, who just now got the hat, the toboggan. This one right here, the outwork yesterday. Scully. This joint right here. So yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and get y'all something. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. What's going on, guys? How are y'all doing? Let me see who's up in the building today. I know that Nanny's Take on the World was the very first one to pull up. Shout out to Nanny's Take on the World. Michelle, you are so appreciated, man. Before we start, I want to give a special shout out to all of our content creators who pull up to all of the meetings, and we learn a lot and we get a lot done. Shout out to Emily from Emily Did It. Shout out to Kesa in the Key of K. Shout out to MJ, WTF for real. Shout out to the Renee Suzanne. Shout out to my people, man. Y'all are dope. Shout out to Natty's Take on the World. Shout out to Hadassah. Shout out to sweet Hadassah. Yeah, we got some dope people, man. Shout out to my fire. Miss Marjorie. Yeah. Shout out to Red Dawn Daily. Showed up and just gave some gold. Gave gold. Shout out to all of you guys, man. Y'all are dope. And I know I'm missing a lot of people. Shout out to my mind, not my heart. 1320 Bushido. As y'all can see, I got the LFR Family joint on right now. Yeah, man. Where's my stuff, bro? Where's my stuff? People ask me all the time, what does LFR Family mean? So I be at the stores telling people what LFR Family mean. Van, dude just won, and my sorority sister just sent an Instagram link where he is already asking for donations for transition expenses. I'll send it to you. You ain't got to. Already got that video queued up, baby. I got that video queued up, right here. I already got that video queued up. Mom Donnie is already asking people for money. He's already asking people for money. We already got that video queued up. You ain't even gotta send it to me, Jack. You ain't even gotta send it to me. Yeah, make sure y'all answer my poll because I have a lot to say about this. Usually I don't pay too much attention to local politics, to state politics in other cities and whatnot. But this one right here is pretty interesting to follow, not to say the least. So this one right here, the New Jersey run, the New Jersey governor, that one is another one that I was looking at because it's just ridiculous how these people are voted into office when they're telling people flat out that we don't care about American citizens. We care more about immigrants. We don't care about the children that go to school. We care more about our own selfish purposes and whatnot, pushing the LGBTQAI plus agenda. That's what we care about. And when I see people voting that way, it just blows my freaking mind, man. I have absolutely no understanding as to how you can go to the voting booth and you can vote for children to be taught about sexual orientation in kindergarten. I would never vote that way. I'm sorry. I raised 4 children and I would never vote. That would have had me taking my kids out of school. That would have had me trying to figure it out myself. Like, if this is what it is at school, then I'm just going to, I have a better chance at teaching them myself. I have a better chance at schooling my own, homeschooling my kids. And I don't have more than a 1-year college degree. I mean, college education. Like, I dropped out in my first year. I never went back. And then when I tried to go to school for real estate, I tried to become a realtor, an agent, and flip houses and sell houses and whatnot, show houses. I couldn't even do that. I freaking failed the state exam 3 times. 3 times. I passed the nationals. That's the 80 question one. I passed that one with flying colors the first time. But when it had to do with me knowing the laws and everything in different states, especially Maryland, I failed, bro. I wanted to go back so bad, man, because real estate is one of those businesses that you're going to make some money in. Hey, and also 13 Bushido, I want to say thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, brother. But yeah, I went to school for real estate. I went to school. I went to real estate classes. I took some real estate classes. And I've done it twice. I've done it 2 separate times. And I failed the state exam 3 times. Could not get over that hump. And I could have gone back. I could have studied better. I mean, I know how to use flashcards and put together study plans and study and get things done properly. But at that time in my life, I just did not have the focus nor the patience to get that done. So now we're here. Make sure y'all answer my poll. The poll simply reads: New York voters either got played, they're playing chess, they didn't have any good options, or they screwed us all. And it could be more than one. And I put it that way because I know that they didn't have any good options. They really didn't have any good options. They didn't. But by far, Mamdani was not the best. I'm sorry. Just looking at what he stand for. All they was looking for was somebody who was energetic, charismatic, was younger than everybody else. We're always looking for younger. Always looking for different. Oh, they're different than everybody else. He's not a white man running for office. Yes, let's vote for him. That's all they need. As long as it's not a white man, then we want to vote for him. So make sure y'all answer the poll, please, and let me know what y'all think. So far, 61% of you are saying New York voters got played. And the second one, the second most is 27% of you said New York City voters screwed us all. I think I would have picked that one. I'm just going to let you know that one. I think that they screwed us all because what happens is it sets a precedent. It sets a precedent. And yeah, it sets a precedent, man. Shout out to all you guys for pulling up today. What's going on, Christy Chico? What's up, Christy Chico? What's up, Louis B. Fishing? Yeah, we got some good people up in here, man. Yeah. We about to get to it in a minute, man. What's up, Chift 106? Hey, Mandy. B is in the place to be. Sugar Shane's topics. What's going on, my brother? Yeah. And of course, Wheezy Unfiltered is in the building. Much love to Wheezy. Wheezy's so damn cool. Wheezy is so damn cool. She's cool as on a what. Probably got the most country voice I ever heard. She's so cool though. Old boring racist party. Back to the old antics that never left. Both parties suck. And you might be delusional if you think otherwise. You know what, Ebony? I'm with you. I think both parties suck at this point. Both parties suck, man. But I gotta say, and I say this with my whole heart, guys. And I'm not gonna say this again. I gotta say this before somebody pull up. Democrats are just outright retarded. I'm sorry, they are. They vote for any damn thing. Anything. As long as it look different or make them feel good, they voting for it. They're for it. And they don't back it up with anything. You know, Swollen Martin. How many of you guys know of Roland Martin? And thank you for the super chat, Louis B. Fishing. Good morning, Van and fam. How many of y'all are familiar with Roland Martin? Roland Martin just now told his viewers to not watch Charlemagne the God anymore. He said, do not watch Charlemagne the God because he's being too fair. He's been too fair. He's telling the Democrats to open up the government. How dare he? So Swollen Martin is saying, don't vote for him. Don't vote for him. I mean, don't listen to him. Don't listen to Charlemagne the God. Don't listen to Breakfast Club because he's telling Democrats to go ahead and open up the government. Yet the Democrats are saying, but it's not us that can open it up. Yes, it is, because you all are the ones that's using your leverage, as many of them have said. They're using their leverage, which is the American people. They're making sure that if we starve them and if we apply some pressure to the people, that's the only leverage that we have. If we give in, then the people won't hurt anymore and we won't get what we want. We got to make the people hurt. So that's what they're doing. They're making the people hurt. Shout out to Stephen A. Grifting ass Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. is a grifter. He's a grifter. He goes where the opportunity is. I still like the brother, though. I think he's extremely intelligent. But he also goes in on Zaran Mamdani. So I have a video for y'all guys there of Stephen A. going in on the grift machine. Let me go ahead and delete this video right here so I can have some room, because I don't want to get in no trouble with okay, that's better. I don't want to get in any trouble with StreamYard. Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. I am excited. Please do me a favor before we get started. Let me know one thing that you're grateful for. Just one thing. One thing, man. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for God's grace and his mercy. I'm grateful for having a roof over my head, clothes on my back, food in my stomach, water, fresh water to drink that's clear and I can see through it. See, we take the most wildest things. We take water for granted. We take everything for granted. Now, in our capitalistic society we're in, they sell us everything. They sell us everything that we can get for free. They sell us everything we can get for free. And depending on where you buy the bottle of water, if you buy the bottle of water from a kid at the stoplight, at the intersection, you're going to pay $1 for the bottle. If you buy a bottle of water at the movie theater, you're going to pay $3 for that bottle. If you buy a bottle of water from a concert or at a basketball or football game, a big event at a stadium, you're paying $5 for that same bottle of daggone water. So we do take advantage of each other all the time for the sake of a damn dollar. But I'm thankful for my water. I'm gonna drink my water, and I'm gonna thank the Lord for my water.
Everybody, Zoran Mamdani, a radical socialist, is poised to win the Democrat primary in New York and become the likely next mayor of New York City. He wants to send social workers to crime instead of police officers. He's super weak on crime, which will make New York a very dangerous city, even more dangerous than it is right now. He wants the city to take over grocery stores, which is such an asinine, lunatic, insane idea. It's hard to even put it into words. More than anything else, though, he is a resentment-driven candidate who is going to try to promise the world utopia, and the result will be higher taxes, more dangerous cities, successful people will leave. Be careful what you vote for. Be careful what you wish for, because New York City has already been going down the toilet, and this guy will give it a push right off the cliff.
Did he lie? Did he lie? He said Mamdani will be the person that would give that will be the last push that New York needs to go right off the cliff. Did he lie? I'm just saying he didn't. I came across this last night. I got to show it to you.
You put in communist and yes, communist policies. That's what Zoran Mamdani is talking about.
He's not a communist.
It
He's a
never
democratic
works.
socialist. He says he's a democratic
I
socialist.
can't tell what the difference is.
Well, he can describe
explain what the difference is.
He can describe the differences for you. The socialism is not the same basis of communism in this country. You know that quite
The
well.
man wants to create government-run grocery stores. He wants free transportation, both of which are impossible to do. Because
you know that communism is a trigger word to try to undermine all of his policies. He's not a. He says he's.
I don't need to undermine his policies. His policies undermine himself.
Well,
because they've never worked. Here's all I want him to do.
See, this is the thing I don't like. Why do they keep on putting black women in position to call out common sense, logical men for making it? So we're trying to be leaders here, ladies. We're trying to be leaders. We're trying to let you know what's going on. But what you're saying to me while I'm trying to tell you what's going on, you're telling me that I'm triggering somebody by saying a word. Who gives two F's about who I trigger? I don't care about triggering nobody. I don't care. You're triggered? Who gives a flying farfanugan? Huh? I heard that in a couple of white movies back in the day. Farfanugan. I thought that was like the funniest word in the world. Who gives a damn about triggering anybody? We want to talk about what's true. And what's true is this dude is a communist. Self-proclaimed socialist Democrat. He said that in his speech with his whole chest out. He said, I am a Muslim socialist Democrat. Now what? He said, I got 4 words for Donald Trump. Are you listening? Here's my 4 words. Turn your speakers up. Turn your volume up so you can really hear what I'm about to say. This dude is actually speaking with the I don't know, bravado of a New Yorker, like I want to fight somebody. This is what happens when you promise to just give people free snacks, give people a free bus, give people free groceries, give people free this, free that, freedom. Like you don't have it to give, bro. You don't have it to give. And now this dude is out here begging. He's begging, man. That's crazy. It's nuts, man.
He says he doesn't.
I don't need to undermine his policies. His policies undermine himself.
Well,
because they've never worked. Here's all I want him to do. Tell me where they've ever worked. They've never worked. He knows that. I knows that. But what he's trying to do is promise everybody something that they can't have. And the truth is there is no free lunch, just like there's no free bus. Because you know what happens when you have a free bus? There's nobody there to fix it or to drive it.
Boom.
He knows that. I know that. You know that. America does know it. And it's unfortunate that the city of New York, my former home city, is probably going to have to go through this.
Tell you why I'm not happy about it.
All right, so we about to get into Stephen A., who got something to say about Mamdani. What's going on, brother? Eric Simon, thank you so much for the super chat, big dog. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Eric Simon. Let me see what it has to say. It says Stephen A. is a member of one of the Divine Nine fraternities. Okay, all right. That's the reason he had to go back and apologize for telling the truth. It's crazy how those fraternity boys and girls seem to all be bought and paid for by them demons. Well, that's because these they are demonic themselves. The sororities and fraternities that belong to Divine Nine or the white sorority and sororities and fraternities are all demonic. They all serve a god, a false god. They all serve themselves. They're self-serving. Very ridiculous, man. They make you do things that's just unmentionable. And I agree with this. I believe that somebody tapped them on the shoulder and said, you're going to have to go make this right. You got to go fix it. But it still doesn't stop Stephen A. from jumping back on that damn fence and straddling it. And we know that biblically we're not supposed to be fence straddlers. But this is what Stephen A. does for a living. He straddled fences. He put a cushion underneath his butt cheek and he jumped on that bad boy and he started straddling the fence. He's lukewarm church. If you look up the daggone meaning of lukewarm, you will see a picture of Stephen A. just smiling at you. Hey, what's going on? With the same hairline. And I can't talk about nobody's hairline because, look, my hairline is crazy too. Look at this hairline. Look at this hairline. This is a Stephen A. hairline. Well, it's on its way. It's on its way to become a Stephen A. hairline. 47 years old, man. I got a Stephen A. hairline. Look at this Stephen A. hairline. I don't give a damn, though. I just covered up with an LFR Family hat from hatsforsale.com. And you can get one, too. If you put an LFR 10, you get 10% off. But you're absolutely right, though, man. Divine Nine is nuts. And a lot of people, in order to belong or maintain your membership in Divine Nine, in, these fraternities and sororities, bro, you got to do some things. You got to say some things. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And we also know, and thanks again, Eric Simon. I really appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That's much love right there, for real. You didn't have to dump that on the brother, but I definitely appreciate it, man. Early in the morning, we got people blessing, man. You in the blessing business, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much, CW Starnes, for gifting a membership. Make sure somebody take advantage of that membership, and make sure you say thank you to CW. CW, what does CW mean? Please let me know what CW mean. Let's hear Stephen A. out and see if he's saying something worth mentioning. And then we're going to get into this video of Zohran Mamdani. Matter of fact, let's start out with the Zohran Mamdani one where he's asking for money. All right? Let's go to the one with him giving us his plan. No, him asking for money. Let's go to that one first.
Good morning, New York City. Thank you. Last night we made history, and today we begin the work of making a new administration. Welcome to the transition. This is the period over the next few months where we build a city hall that delivers on the promises of our campaign, to make New York City affordable and to make government accountable to the people it serves. As we prepare to govern, we'll start announcing the leaders who will help implement our agenda. People like deputy mayors who oversee entire areas of government and the commissioners who carry out the critical work of city agencies. These appointments will be driven by excellence, integrity, and a hunger to solve old problems with new solutions. Talking to organizers on the front lines of the fight to improve our city, government veterans with proven track records, policy experts from around the country and the world, and working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency. Because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day and a new era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff.
This Bama said, you remember how I told you a month ago to stop sending us money? About that. About that. Not only am I going to need for y'all to stop back sending us money, but I'm going to need a little bit more because, I promised y'all some things, but it's going to take some giving before you can get anything. I know I didn't tell you about that. Didn't he just now say that he didn't want to pull the wool over the eyes of the New York voter? And then at the end of the video, he says, I know I told you one thing, but I'm going to have to flip it already. You ain't even started your job yet, bro. You ain't even get sworn in yet. He ain't even get sworn in yet, and he's already breaking his promise. He didn't even get sworn in yet, and he's already breaking his promise. Hold on, listen to this. He said that listen to this. Listen to this.
Our agenda. People like deputy mayors who oversee entire areas of government and the commissioners who carry out the critical work of city agencies. These appointments will be driven by excellence, integrity, and a hunger to solve old problems with new solutions. Talking to organizers on the front lines of the fight to improve our city, government veterans with proven track records, policy experts from around the country and the world, and working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency. Because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust.
New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. They deserve a government they deserve a mayor that they can trust. And this mayor told them, you can trust me. I don't need no money from you. That's Trump, and that's those white men in the White House. That's the white men in D.C. trying to take your money. I don't want your money, baby. I don't need your money. I am the money. I'm a giver. I don't receive anything. I don't want nothing from you all. You don't ever have to give anything to me. Plot twist. Plot twist. Hold on, what are you going to say?
Working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency. Because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day and a new era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com. Now let's get to work.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This dude said, I know I was... This dude said, man, I know I said I wasn't going to ask you for no money, but about that. Because it's going to take staff, research, and infrastructure that can meet this, that we need to meet this moment. And it's going to take you, the same people who put me into office, to fund this movement. That is reverse Uno right there, guys. That right there is the reason why all of these extra rules have been made for the game of Uno. Because, you know, like when you whipping whoever you're going against, you're whipping their tail in Uno, and you just hit them with a skip, draw two, skip, draw four, wild card, change the color. Like you just whooping their tail, reverse, skip, draw two, draw four. Like, and this dude did that to the people in New York City. He sold them a dream. And they was like, wow, we really did this, guys. We did it. What did you do? You did nothing but destroy your damn city. That's what you did. And I'm going to show you this later on in our video. I'm going to show you this later on in the video. I promise you, it's a lot of things we have to discuss.
Tell you why I'm not happy about it. I like Mamdani. I'm looking forward to interviewing him. He's promised to be on this show. But I'm very, very concerned about some of the things that he said. I'm very concerned about what he once said about defunding the police. I'm calling 911. I'm being real with you. I'm calling 911. That's what I'm doing. I don't want to see less police officers. I want to see more police officers. I heard him talk about mental health experts in the subway system. I don't care about that. I want cops in the subways in New York City, where I was born and raised. Born in the Bronx, raised in Queens. That's what I want. I want to hear about no damn mental health experts in subways. Nah, I'm not trying to hear that, okay? 2% tax on the rich. Okay, fine. 11.5% capital gains tax. On its face, okay, fine. Free buses? Free grocery stores in each borough? Really? Really think that's going to work? Ladies and gentlemen, we're at a crossroads in this nation. And there's no way to slice it. And the level of vitriol that you see amongst the American citizen is because, God forbid, that you have a difference of opinion. It's not enough to agree. You know, people have to be disagreeable. And you have to be selfish if you're a person that's rich, that's making money, and you don't want to pay your fair share of taxes. Well, when you think about the billionaires in the state, in the city of New York, they make up about 48% in terms of the amount of taxes that they dole out compared to the average American, compared to the rest of New Yorkers. And if you're talking about raising their taxes while doing these other things, you're making New York unattractive, not just for residents, but for businesses. And if you make it unattractive for businesses and you don't, and you compromise the ability to be the capitalists that these people are, then they take their businesses elsewhere. So the money that they paid on their homes or in rent, they move out of the city or the state. Businesses follow. And ultimately the tax burden falls on to New Yorkers out there, which means that rent freezes, which is also something that Mamdani pushed. Is that really going to be plausible? Are you really going to be able to freeze rent?
This is the thing that pisses me off about Stephen A. Stephen A is intelligent. Stephen A sees what's going on. Stephen A is actually laying it out to the people why Mamdani is not a good pick. Was he this vocal before Mamdani was picked? Did he have a full grasp of everything that's about to happen in New York before this actually happened? Was he putting it out there to his audience that Mamdani is not a good pick at all? I think Sliwa or Silwa, whatever, however you say his name, everybody wanted him to win. And I asked this on my poll. If you go look at the poll, make sure you answer the poll, guys, and hit the like button when you join the chat. And if you're on X, the poll is on YouTube, guys. Sorry about that. It's on YouTube exclusively. But feel free to come over to answer the poll if you like. But Stephen A, he knows what's going on, man. He knows that there's no way for this to work out. No way. And we didn't even get into the Islam part, taking over the city and the state and trying to take over the country. They've been extremely vocal on what they want to do. Like, it's not about freedom of religion at this point. Like, they're emboldened. They're going out of their way with their bully tactics to let us know that they are going to take what they want. They've already started doing it in Texas. They've already started doing it in is it Minnesota or Massachusetts? In New York, they just now started doing it. I'm talking about covering the streets, filling the streets, praying in the middle of the day, filling the streets, filling the sidewalks. And just so y'all know, this is not something that they just do haphazardly. This is something that they do when they're ready to take over. I'm just saying, this is something that they do when they're ready to take over. So I'm just blown, man. I'm blown because Stephen A know better, but he still support the side that support this mess, that push this mess. I don't get it. And this is why I call Stephen A grifter, because am I in a position to call anybody a grifter? Probably not, because a lot of people call me a grifter too. That's on the Democrat side, especially when they see a black man saying anything that's pro-Trump. They see a black man saying anything that's pro-MAGA or pro-conservative. It ain't even got to be pro-Trump or pro-MAGA, just pro-conservative or anti-Democrat. Or anything, I say anything wrong about Jasmine Crockett or Hakeem Jeffries or Timu Obama, whatever you want to call them, AOC, Maxine's nostrils, Chuck Schumer's nostrils. You know, if I say anything about them, then I'm considered a grifter too. I'm considered a bootlicker, Uncle Tom, you name it. I don't give a damn. I really don't care. But at the end of the day, man, I think Stephen A, bro, you can't stay Switzerland for the rest of your life, man. You clearly understand that a lot of the policies that come from the left are not good for the people, but you still claim to be an independent that only votes for them? You only vote Democrat, but you say you're independent. Please make that make sense. It's not adding up.
Or you're going to end up hiking it because you don't have enough people here to pay it. Tax revenue, where you getting that from? See, these are all the kind of things that we have to connect the dots and ask ourselves. 1 + 1, does it equal 2? Is it really plausible that these things are going to happen? According to Mayor Hochul, 90% of the stuff Mamdani said he can't do on his own. He got to come through her in the state legislature in order to get it done. Is he going to be able to do that? What level of support is he going to have outside of young whippersnappers out there who love him and are so in love with his personality and everything else that they didn't really dot the I's and cross the T's and look at actual policies and the kind of effect that's going to have on New Yorkers? That's what I'm worried about. I hope I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Because talking to him, I liked him. I'm looking forward to sitting down and interviewing with him. I just want to know where the money coming from. See, I count. Okay? I count. And I can't tell you how many young teenagers, it could be daughters, it could be nieces and nephews, it could be friends and family members or relatives of folks along that age gap. And you're asking the same question. And you know what you come up with? The people who love Mamdani the most are not people who pay bills every day. I'm not saying that applies to everybody. I'm not applying that.
That's so true. That is true. Again, why do you support that side, bro?
But they certainly not people that pay bills every day all the time. You don't see business owners clamoring to support them. I'm just saying these things are important to bring up.
And also, something else that's important to bring up, guys, they're not just going after millionaires anymore. They're going after people who make more than $100,000. Now, I'm not going to be an elitist and act as if $100,000 is not a lot of money. To a ton of our country, many people in our country, $100,000 is still their goal. Like, when I make $100,000, we are set, baby. When I'm making six figures, we are set. Like, that's still a lot of Americans' goal. So I'm not going to poop on $100,000 and say it's not a lot of money. But I will say this, that is the middle class. When you look at the household, $100,000 is not easy to clip. I mean, it's not difficult to clip. Like, that's what a lot of people are making in this country. And your taxes are about to go up to support all of these socialist mayors and governors that are rising right now. Every time we see President Barack Obama giving his speeches, he say the exact same thing. They're going to make sure that they take care of whatever socialist agenda that they have by making the wealthy and the rich pay their fair share. What is considered wealthy and rich to these people? People who make more than $100,000. Are you kidding me? Millionaires are already leaving New York. People who make more than 10 million, 10% of those people have already left New York. I'm just saying, man, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening, bro. After he won, he appeared on ABC. I want y'all to hear how he answered this question because everybody's answer. I'm asking him this question right here because it's important to know. Why wasn't they asking him this question before he won? That's what I want to know. How come wasn't nobody holding his feet to the fire to answer these questions before they picked him? They selected him as the new mayor of New York City. This is crazy.
Get into that because you're talking about a rent freeze, you're talking about free buses, you're talking about free childcare. Can you do that without raising taxes?
I think you can do that, and I think you have to raise taxes on the top 1% of New Yorkers who make more than $1 million a year, and you do that by raising taxes by them 2%. And then you also increase the corporate tax of New York State to match that of New Jersey. So that takes us from about 7.25 to about 11.5%, which is what we see in New Jersey. These things together raise about $9 billion, which more than pays for our economic agenda and also starts to Trump-proof our state.
But are you worried that could drive a lot of job creators out of New York?
So what I've heard from a number of business leaders is that the affordability crisis is also affecting their ability to attract and retain talent. The city's inability to provide childcare means that businesses often have to provide stipends for that childcare. Right now, the absence of universal childcare means that a family will pay around $22,500 a year, which is more money than many of them would spend if they sent that same kid to college 18 years later. And it is time for city government to actually step up to the responsibility it has.
Not just the city government. That kind of a tax increase is going to require the state as well, including the governor, Kathy Hochul. Is she on board?
You know, I'm proud to have Governor Kathy Hochul's endorsement and the endorsement of our agenda, specifically universal childcare. And I've said time and again, I think these are the two most direct and straightforward ways to raise this revenue. If there are other ways to raise this funds, the most important thing is that we actually fund this agenda.
Let's dig in.
Funding the agenda, that's not a plan to take from this person and give to these people. That's not a plan. Our plan is to tax the rich. Ooh, how authentic, how unique of a plan. It doesn't, that right there we've never heard before. Blows my mind. It just shows me how smart you are. And we're like, this guy is brilliant. He's the next person. He's the person that we need to run the city. And the reason why I'm raising so much of an issue with this, because this is the same agenda that's pushed forward by most Democrats. This is what they're pushing. It sucks. I see a big comment up here. I got to read it. The top 1% pay approximately 40% of the taxes in New York. When those 40% leave, the other 60% that are contributing, the ones that are able to leave, they will leave. Absolutely is a stupid move. And Annette, it's a dumb move. But nobody was thinking about that. Nobody was thinking about that at all, man. Oh, well, I guess I'm lower class these days, but I don't care because I am rich in faith, love, family, friends, etc. And guess what? They about to tax that too. Your friends about to be taxed, your faith about to be taxed, your love, your family about to be taxed. All of that's about to be taxed, and your money. It's nuts, man. It's absolutely insane, bro. This is insane. How come was nobody asking him these real questions, these questions that are necessary to answer? How come wasn't nobody answering these questions before? Hold on, we got another one. Check this out. So this one brother went to go talk to some people on the street, and he pulled up on a young New York voter. Listen to what she says, and this is how dumb most of our new voters are, man. They're just stupid. They're so intelligent, book smart wise, but when it comes to life, you know what? They get a pass because they're still young. They haven't lived yet, but listen to what they say. Watch this.
Going to pay for it.
How are we going to pay for it with tax money, with tax dollars?
Okay, where the tax dollars come from?
Tax dollars are coming from all of the billionaires and wealthy people.
Well, they already pay, the top 1% already pays 50% of all taxes. Yeah.
Can you
IRS data reflects that the top 1% already pays 50% of all taxes. But I ask you, so if you tax the rich to oblivion,
Yes.
What happens when the rich leave the city? Who's to tax then?
They won't leave the city.
Why not? They've already done it in California.
Because in New York State, we have Wall Street. They're not leaving. And so what
You
if
think they can't leave? Then who are you going to tax when they leave?
We're just going to continue taxing people. But your
Oh,
argument,
the middle class, right?
Yes, actually, the middle class.
Oh, okay, so you explained it. So we're going to tax the shit out of the middle class when the rich people leave after you tax the shit out of them.
I think we should tax the shit out of everybody. Yes, I think that the middle class should be taxed 50% like it does in Sweden.
Did you hear what this idiot just now said? This young lady has no problem whatsoever. She says, first of all, everything is speculation. I just want to win an argument. Most of the people who voted for Mamdani did not know what he stood for. They didn't know how he planned on paying for anything that he stood for. They just voted for him because he's new. He's fresh. They treat their liberties like fashion. Yeah, that's what it is. They treat their liberties like fashion. They treat everything that our ancestors, black, white, or other, bled and died for, fought and died for, man. They treat it like fashion. Like, I'm just bored with that outfit. I no longer want to wear it. That's how they treat leaders in this country. Like people who actually know how to govern. That's how they treat him. I'm just done with him. I don't like his attitude. He's not fresh. He's not young. He don't understand young people. Yeah, young people don't understand young people. Young people are stupid. Young people are dumb. When my kids was younger, they used to get mad when I used to joke, and I used to call them SLKs. And they used to think it was hilarious until they figured out what it was. Daddy, what's an SLK? An SLK is a stupid little kid. We sell you fantasy. We love on you and we sell you fantasy and you look forward to it. You're going to have a big day tomorrow. I heard your teacher is giving out stars tomorrow. I don't want to go to school, but I do want to get a sticker. Well, only thing you got to do is go to sleep early. Make sure you eat all your dinner. Okay, I'm going to go to sleep early. I'm going to eat all my dinner. This is what they're doing when they're selling votes. Vote for me and I will give you free stuff. That's it. Nobody asked, how are you going to get the free stuff? Nobody asked, how are we going to continue to get the free stuff? Nobody asked, how has other nations performed after operating the same way that you're about to govern? Has this ever worked anywhere? Nobody asked those type of questions. That's like walking past a bum on the street and he see a girl and he stand up and he say, "What's up, sweetheart? I'm gonna give you the world. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna love on you. I'm gonna flood you with diamonds and the best life in the world. We're gonna eat at the best restaurant, the best of this, the best that." And a girl just listened to him. She's looking at a homeless guy, but she's listening to him spit game. And she's like, "You're gonna do all of that for me? Oh my God, nobody ever promised to do that for me. I love you. Let's go." Where are we going? A homeless man say, "Well, obviously your house because I don't have one. I ain't got no pillow to lay my head. All I'm doing is making the promises to you, baby. Like it's your job to figure out how to get these things done, not my job. You just believe the lies that I tell you, and then we just move from there. All right? Do you believe me or not? Oh, you don't believe me? Well, I know why you don't believe me. It's because you're racist. That's why you don't believe me. Like, we could just promise any damn thing to people. I give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountains. I'll give you the word. Nah, bro. Nah, man. These kids are dumb. They're stupid. And you know, on Fox News, the young lady, Kelly McEnany, and I used to have an issue with her, but listen to how she breaks it down.
This is one of the bluest places in the country.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. The last time there was a Republican mayor that won was Mike Bloomberg. You're going back to the early 2000s.
That's my point. That it's, I'm not saying, I mean,
yeah, normally,
it, frankly, but I want to, you know, why not for Cuomo then? I think the reality is I want to hear what you have to say, actually.
Normally a Democrat gets upper 60, 70%, and you had Mamdani nowhere near that. This is a deep blue jurisdiction. Democrats were divided on this. Republicans just aren't going to win the city. It's deeply blue. It's getting bluer. People are leaving the city. There's been a decrease 2% of millionaires in the city. There's been a decrease of 10%, those making $10 million or more. Those are the people he's going to need the money from, but wait, they're out.
Did you hear what she just now said? Rewind selector, just a little bit. Listen to what she just now said.
The Republican mayor that won was Mike Bloomberg. You're going back to the early 2000s.
That's my point. That it's, I'm not saying, I mean,
yeah, and normally,
it, frankly, but I want to, you know, why not for Cuomo then? I think the reality is I want to hear what you have to say, actually.
Normally a Democrat gets upper 60, 70%, and you had Mamdani nowhere near that. This is a deep blue jurisdiction. Democrats were divided on this. Republicans just aren't going to win the city. It's deeply blue. It's getting bluer. People are leaving the city. There's been a decrease 2% of millionaires in the city. There's been a decrease of 10%, those making $10 million or more.
2% of millionaires left. 10% of people making 10 million or more left. They're already jumping ship. Why? Because people don't start businesses to lose money. They start businesses to make money. That's why people start businesses. Not to start a social program. That's not why people are starting businesses. Mayor, this is you. This is on you, bro. You the one that's promising this mess. Not me. Like, I'm the reason why people got jobs in this city. You're the reason why people about to lose them jobs. You're the reason why people about to lose their liberties, their life. When somebody's being jacked up, somebody's about to get robbed, you're going to send a social worker instead of a police? You want to defund police? Like, come on, bro. How can none of this make sense? None of it. None of it.
Those are the people he's going to need the money from, but wait, they're out. We already have in this city the #1 welfare and education spending of anywhere in the country. Very few results to show for it. But I like what The Economist said. They said the goal of affordability from Mamdani is worthy, but not his methods. His methods, as I just laid out, do not work. But Donald Trump's methods do work on this issue. Donald Trump gave Joe Biden, this is a fact, 1.4% inflation. You had Joe Biden that drove that up to 9.1%. Hand you 1.4, drive it up to 9.1. Donald Trump is successful 9 months in at bringing down prices. A dozen eggs, the price has dropped 79%. National average of gasoline dropped $3 per gallon in the first week of November. He beat market expectations in September with the inflation rate at 2.5%. Remember, it used to be at 9.1. Inflation-adjusted private sector wages increased by over 1,000. 30-year fixed mortgages, the nation was 6.7 at the end of October, 12% lower than when he took office. Donald Trump's policies are working. Last night, blue politicians won in blue cities. Do we need to get the messaging right heading into the midterms? Yes. But Donald Trump's methods, again, are working. Joe Biden's took us to 9.1% inflation. I've got the data, I've got the facts, and President Trump, I guarantee you, is going to share those facts.
Sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. I don't know what to say. I honestly, I cannot. I can't really poop on voters from New York because, I mean, what can you do? It's like, look at the options that they have. I would have just voted for the one that would not take money out of my pocket and would not make my city less safe. That's what I would have voted for. That's what I would have voted for. And again, we're not even talking about the Muslims. We're not even talking about what they're bringing to the city. None of that. Because then you start sounding like you're xenophobic, like you're against certain religions and all that other stuff. I'm not here for that. I'm really not. I'm really not. All I do know is that Christians are being persecuted all over the world. All over the world. And now we have people who are boldly coming to our country and saying what they're going to do, what they're going to take over, and how every single household will become a Muslim household. These are the things that's coming out of their mouths. And now we have a mayor who's stepping in boldly saying that he's putting immigrants first. Not New York American-born citizens, immigrants. He said, we are the land of immigrants. Immigrants made this. Immigrants pushed this whole agenda. Immigrants got me into office. I'm going to serve immigrants. Come on, bro. This is nuts, man. This is absolutely nuts. This is crazy, man. I want y'all to listen to this this local store owner in New York. And listen to what he has to say. And y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Don't forget to answer the poll. I appreciate it right now. 306 of you have answered the poll. Hopefully we also have 306 likes on this stream, because that's the only price of admission for this live stream is to simply hit the like button. And if you're answering the poll and you've already answered, just hit the like button. That would be dope. And watch all the way through. That would be dope as well. All right? But check this out, guys.
By the way,
Socialists about the man. Wow, bro. And this is honestly, I'm just now starting to really pay attention. I'm starting to really pay attention to what's going on around this country, and I think it's hilarious. I think we made our bed, and now it's time for us to figure this stuff out. It's time for us to go through it and figure out how to become better people, better individuals, period. And if we don't want to work together, people are going to continue to vote out of spite. They're going to vote based off of fashion, based off of what's cool or who's cool to vote for, who's in. We haven't had a Muslim person as president yet, so we want to make sure that we do that. Like it's the most, we looking for first rather than the best. We want the first woman to govern, not the best woman or not the best man. We're looking for the first. That's the type of stuff that's happening in our country. And it's blatant. It sucks, man. It's horrible. It's ridiculous, man. For real. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I got so many daggone videos that I have prepared to show you guys, but Jesus, it's just. And Piers Morgan said that Mamdani could potentially be the president. He said Mamdani could potentially be the president, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Let me see what my people are saying inside the chat. Let me see. This is not hilarious. This is dangerous. Islam want Americans dead. They are trying to kill Israel and UK too. All right. All right. Let me see. Obama was a Muslim. Yep, so I heard. Yep. Individuals complaining of their taxes, high costs, and wanting America first, but continuously shooting themselves in the foot and say, oh, snap, I'm bleeding. Yep. That's because they don't trust Trump. They didn't vote for Mamdani. They didn't vote for the socialists. They voted against Trump. That's what they did, man. Like blue cities are going to do what blue cities do. But they're going to vote for the person who is polar opposite of what's being offered in the White House. Sounds like you are where you are supposed to be. It sounds like where you are supposed to be. Why are you trying to tear down this man? Who, me? I'm trying to tear down somebody? Trying to tear down? Let me tell you something. When you have somebody who is the mayor of the biggest city in the United States, and he is a self-proclaimed socialist Muslim who has no interest in serving the American people, but serving immigrants, and he has no plan of helping the city make money without taking money from people, Americans who started businesses and are successful and are making opportunities, job opportunities for other Americans, but they're being punished because the new King Dingaling in charge is a socialist with no plan, but just plan on digging in their pockets. Why would I be for that? That's not tearing him down. That's being honest. That's being honest. That is being honest. Craig, your comment sounds like a woman wrote it. I'm just being honest. Sounds like you. Why are you tearing down this man? No, that tearing down. This is pointing out facts of what's going on in the country, in the world. And also, I have to say this: I'm not big on politics. I've never been. This is something that's new to me. Like this is something that I've just gained interest in the last few years. I've voted Democrat my entire life. Voted for Obama, celebrated him both times, changed my voting registration to Republican after Obama's first term for a reason. I don't remember that reason quite. I really don't remember. If I tried to tell you why I did it, I would be all over the place. But tearing him down for being factual, that's definitely an emotional way of looking at things. And that's the only reason why I said it sounds like a comment from a woman. Now, emotional is not a bad thing. It just, you're removing all logic from the conversation. And that's not what we're doing here. Like, we're not trying to remove logic from our conversation. Why would we do that? Like, that's just ridiculous. How can we possibly have a conversation, a meaningful conversation, and remove logic from it? Keep the emotion out of it. We're talking about politics. We're talking about the actuals and factuals. You hear me? Speaking of, so it's like this. When Byron Donalds was on the panel with that young lady from CNN, and he was giving factuals, Mamdani is practicing. I mean, he's offering free this and free that. How are we going to pay for the things that come after it? You're offering free buses. Okay, free buses. There's going to be a manufacturer for those buses, or maybe the buses exist. What about the drivers? Are they going to be free? Are they going to be volunteer drivers? What about the mechanics who fix these buses that have to charge hours, and they have tools and they're risking their lives to get up under that bad boy to work on it? They're not going to be free either. What about the gasoline that we're going to put into these free buses? Is that going to be free? I'm sure Exxon is not going to give us a daggone discount simply because the mayor said so. Shell don't give a damn. Like, they're not going to give us a discount just because the mayor said these are free buses. We want free gas. Shell is going to tell the mayor of New York to kiss his free ass. That's what he's going to do. So try not to remove logic from this conversation. Like, let emotion sit in the waiting room while we do what we got to do. Tell emotion to go outside, sit in the waiting room while we discuss logically what's going on in this country. And if we can't do that, then you're in the wrong room. You're in the wrong room. Because people who cannot, who choose not to understand what's going on, they want to evoke their emotion into the conversation, what they feel. They want to set you up with gotcha moments so that they can get out of the situation. Something similar to this right here. Scott Jennings was just now on CNN doing what he do. This is what he does, man. And watch how they try to switch it up on him. Switch it up on him because it's way too much logic in the room. We need some emotion, man, because we're not winning. That's what people do, man. And I don't expect for a man to do that. It sucks. It sucks. Here we go.
It's about making sure.
Hold on 1 second.
Is white supremacy in this country, and if we're honest, we will say that it is about making sure. We will make sure that people who DEI is really all these code words. You used to use woke. I asked you to define what woke meant. You couldn't really define it for me. Tell me what it means again.
Woke ideology is taking extreme views of American culture and trying to tear down America from the inside out and go outside of our cultural norms and invade every corporation, university, and other institutions.
What is DEI?
That's incorrect.
Tell me that's incorrect. But what is DEI? Tell me again.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion, and trying to guarantee outcomes instead of guarantee opportunity.
Trump's cabinet looks like DEI.
I was speaking. If I could just finish.
I do want us to not get off the rails because
she just said we're all white supremacists. We got to address this, don't we?
Saying a whole swath of voters and saying they voted because they're racist or misogynist, not because their pocketbook.
Those were my words, yours, but go ahead.
Okay, but
you said it was about white supremacy.
I said it was about white
Democrats will keep losing if they do
that. All the voters were white supremacists, but it's not about eggs. She said it was about pocketbook issues. It's not about pocketbook issues.
You don't think people were at all motivated by the state of the economy?
Of course they were. Absolutely. But yes, and you're smart enough to know yes, and yes, they were upset about pocketbook issues. And they're also upset about what people are doing.
They do have an opportunity, but we're treated to sort of similar comments to what Kerry made tonight about race, white supremacy, all of Trump's ideology and people and voters and everything. It's all about white supremacy. This was rejected in the election. Democrats ran a I mean, this was the animating thing of the Harris campaign, and it was rejected.
Okay.
Was it? And I am constantly shocked at what you're not aware of, which is Donald Trump's performance.
I'm constantly shocked with what you're not aware of.
Well, I don't know. I tend to be more right about it than you are. But the reality is, he did better. He did better among minority voters than any Republican in a half a century.
Yeah,
you seem to be totally unaware of it.
But it's also true.
But if you're going to come out and call half the country a white supremacist, I think you've got to explain it.
I didn't say the country. I said this was about white supremacy, because what he ran on was making America great again, which is another code word. You like to say woke.
But you're saying the election was about white supremacy.
I'm saying
Alyssa,
what Trump was about was making sure he stays that.
It's not even.
What y'all think about that conversation, man? Like, everything always comes back to racism and white supremacy. Everything comes back to racism, white supremacy. I'm just going to tell y'all this. Is this country set up for white men? Yes, it is. It's set up for white men. Why? Because it was set up by white men. Okay, can we move the hell on? Are many different races and creeds and sexes? It wasn't set up for women to succeed either. It was set up by white men for white men to make money. That's how it was set up. And then once it was set up that way, many other groups started getting involved and started being able to thrive, started being able to do great things. And nobody's trying to keep their thumb on other people so that they not succeed. It was set up that way so that we can be able to have the structure necessary to be the superpower that we currently are. Do you like it? Do I like it? Is it the best way to set up a country? I don't know. Don't think so. Don't know. I never ran a conglomerate that damn big. Like, this country, aka corporation, is something bigger than I've ever been. I wouldn't have been able to make the Constitution. I wouldn't have been able to make that. Like, all of the things that they created in order for this country to thrive for years and decades and centuries after, bro, whatever they did, it's worked. You can look at other empires that have fallen way faster. Look at other nations that aren't doing as great as we are, that aren't as powerful as we are. So we can go back to that, go way back to 16, 18. We can go back to that. We can go back to Jim Crow. We can go back to all them different times. But how everybody on this panel, and I don't give a daggone which lens you're looking at it from, a lot of Democrats are rich AF, and they're trying to protect their purses. And they don't give a damn about racism or white people. They don't care about white people. As a matter of fact, they like to wear it as an honor, as an honorary badge to be outwardly racist themselves. To stick it to the man and let them know that although this is a racist world, a racist country, I'm richer than you, I'm prettier than you, I'm flyer than you, I got more swag than you, I got more talent than you. Like, why is it always got to be a dick measuring competition? Like, what's the point of that? We got to figure out what woke is. We're going to sit here and have a debate on woke. Woke is a made-up term. And the people who made it up, they're going to want to control the definition. Why would we sit here and discuss this? It's pointless. It's not going to move us. It's not going to move us closer to our goal. What's the point of it? I can tell you what woke mean to me, but that's pointless. DEI, like all of these made up terms, like, and it comes from a real place. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It does. It comes from a real place. It comes from people who want to remain in victimhood mentality. And that's what they fight for. They fight for everybody else that wants to remain in victimhood mentality. And since I haven't raised my kids that way, I'm not going to sit here on my platform and teach that and preach that either. Like, why would I do that? There's never been a moment in my children's life where I told them that they need to work twice as hard than they will ever work so that they can compete with the white man or compete with white kids. No, they got to compete with themselves. They got to want to do well for themselves. They got to want to chase greatness themselves. And if they fall on mediocre while chasing greatness, at least they tried. And they don't have anybody to blame but themselves if they fail. Period. It's stupid. White people, I got a message for y'all. Hopefully you hear what I'm saying. The hood is the most fun place in the world. Yeah, I said it. The hood is fun. It's exciting. It's dangerous. People only complain about other people throwing a monkey wrench into their plans when they themselves don't want to take accountability for their lack of experience or their lack of planning or their lack of commitment or their lack of desire to succeed. They want to complain and blame someone else because our ancestors before us gave them a pass to do just that. To say that we can't go far, we can't invent, we can't innovate, when we know that that's a lie. I bet if you sit in front of any black person worth their salt and you want to argue about inventions, you want to argue about innovation, I bet they can name like 50 things that black people have invented, that black people have created. Be it a service, be it an item, something that we use every day. It could be a style. It could be a song, a niche of music. It could be any of that. But when it's time to be in victimhood, we don't know how to do anything. The white man is holding us back. The only people that get any type of accolades for what they do in life is white people. It's bull. It's BS, man. It's BS. My son went to school. Shout out to JoJo. My son went to school to become an engineer. They told them that most people who go to school to become an engineer, most do not graduate in their first 4 years because there's so many credits that's required in order to get that degree. He received his master's in 5 years. His master's. So he was a full-time student, a full-time YouTuber, and had a full-time job at the same time. He's not Superman. He just put his head down and studied, bust his ass so he can achieve his goal. And now guess what? I can't take credit from it. His mother can't take credit for it. His friends can't take credit for it. It's him. He busts his ass for it. You mean to tell me that a 23-year-old can do that and still have a career? But all of these old ass men and women are still complaining about racism and white supremacy, white people holding them down and preventing them from being great because they're the wrong hue. They have too much melanin in their skin. They're training up these kids to be losers. They're training up these kids to want to vote for someone who will say that they will do it all for them. Why wouldn't they vote for somebody who would do it all for them? If they're being told every damn day that they can't do it themselves because they're the wrong color. You're not the wrong color. White people, you're not better than black people. Black people, you're not better than white people. There. Can we stop damn talking about it? No, we can't, because you're going to have Roland Martins that's going to push it as much as he possibly can. He's going to say, look at Trump's cabinet. He don't have any black people. He ain't got no representation. What about Biden's cabinet? What about the last 4.5 years under Biden and Kamala? They had black people from as far as the daggone ocean. Come on, bro. They made sure that every single high-paying position, we're going to put a black in it. We're going to make sure we got a black department, a black this, a black that. And how well did that make our country run? Just come on, humor me. Humor me. Did that make immigration better? Did that make the economy better? Now, let me just let y'all know something. All right, so y'all can understand who you're talking to. I used to be racist as hell. I mean, real racist. I think I'm just a little bit racist now, probably like a quarter. I'm just a quarter, probably like an eighth. An eighth. Not quite a 16th, an eighth racist. And that's by the metric set by the people in this country, because they claim that if you say anything or you think anything, then you're racist. Like, you can't say that a man that wants to be a woman is just a man and he's never going to be a woman, because then that makes you transphobic. You can't say that you don't want your children to learn about gay stuff in kindergarten, because then you're homophobic. My daughters, I wanted them to marry a man that looked like their father, so that their sons and daughters look like them and their father, look like their mother and their father. That's what I wanted. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't care if Italians want their daughters and sons to marry other Italians. I don't care that Mexicans want their sons and daughters to marry other Mexicans, or white people want their sons and daughters to marry other white. I don't give a damn about that. I know Africans don't want their sons and daughters to marry anybody that's not African. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you love your people, you love your culture, you love your community, so what? That don't mean you need to hate others. It's stupid. It slows us down. There's no progress in that. But let me double back. There had to be certain programs put into place to make sure that that they had to be bullied. Some organizations had to be bullied to hire people outside of the individuals that they usually hire. Enough research has been done to show that black names don't get called up for interviews as much as white names. So certain measures had to be placed in order to make sure that Rodney and Tyrone and Kevin and Michael will get a call. That Keisha and Shaniqua and Tasha will get a call too. So I get that. I don't have no issue with that either. But to constantly place it in people's faces like, you better hire me because I'm black, that's something that Jasmine Crockett actually said she did in a job interview. She went into her new supervisor's office and said, hire me because I'm a black woman. And they hired her because she's a black woman. But where this messes us up is that we constantly run this same play and think that it's going to go somewhere successful. What happens is we'll get the job because we're black, but then we'll lose it because we can't keep up. We'll get in the schools before other people who are more qualified than us, but then we're unable to maintain our grades, our GPA, to keep the scholarships to stay in the school because we're not qualified. We didn't meet the natural qualifications to do well in these institutions. This is something that Thomas Sowell was talking about. And Thomas Sowell just so happened to be one of the black people that was never mentioned when we was talking about black history in the month of February. The entire time I was going to school, and we took black history very seriously. It was always the same damn people. Dr. Martin Luther King, Mary McLeod Bethune, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman. Like, the same damn people. The same people. We're going to talk about the man that gave a speech and marched down the road with 5,000 people arm in arm singing We Shall Overcome. And I ain't got no issue with that. Like, I probably wouldn't have had the balls to do that. That don't mean it didn't come from something. He was paid to do that. He was paid to target a certain demographic for whoever was paying him. The same way black preachers are. The same way white preachers are. Y'all miss me with that BS, man. The more we try to put ourselves in our own little box to be favored without proving ourselves, It makes us weaker. And people that don't look like you are like, see, they can't get ahead if they had to compete for real. That's why we enjoy sports so much. We enjoy sports so much is because everybody got to compete for their positions. They got to go all in. Like, you can't fake muscle. You can't fake hustle. You can't fake it. These dudes' necks be bigger than my back. They didn't get that because somebody said, oh, you know what? Since you're black, you get to get in this program. No, they got there because they got in the gym 2 hours, 3 hours a day. So that's the thing we're missing, man. There's great, beautiful, amazing people that's all shades and all races. And if we were to be honest, we have all been through the fire, man. Most of us have experienced slavery before. Many of us, whether we're black, white, beautiful, handsome, funny, we've experienced being bullied before. I've been bullied in school before. I bullied the hell out of people in school before, especially people who look like they had some money, look like their lives were straight. Your mother buy you everything, like every single time a pair of shoes come out, you get it. I was a hater. Man. Come up off of that. I know you got money in your pocket, man. Give me $2. What, nigga? What? Like I deserve the money that's in your pocket simply because your mom made better decisions than mine. I deserve the shoes that's on your feet simply because your mom and dad made better decisions than my parents. Make that make sense. So now we have Mamdanis in office because it's a precedent that was already set by other Mamdanis. And just in case you don't know, Barack Obama was a Mamdani. He didn't say that he was a socialist Democrat, but he definitely said, I'm a Muslim. He definitely told the people that he was going to give them everything but reparations. But reparations, got to put that out there for all you meat riders of the first black president. He didn't give nobody reparations. The gay people did get their own month, though. They definitely get honored every single year. Shout out to Barack Obama. So at the end of the day, man, we all have our flaws, but it's not because of the color of our skin. Can you believe that people are saying that Trump is a piss poor businessman because he was born into wealth? What? Because he was born into wealth? Do you know how many people were born into wealth that didn't make anything of themselves? Do you know people who were born into privilege that didn't make anything of themselves? They had an NBA superstar dad, and then when it was their turn, nothing. Like, I'm just going to do my own thing because I think you owe me something, Dad. You need to do more, Dad. How many of y'all know 50 Cent, the rapper? Do y'all know that his son is a damn loser because his son had a socialist mentality, thinking that because his dad earned it, that he also earned it by proxy? That's the difference between Trump and somebody who don't deserve it. Somebody that take 2 million and turn it into 20 billion or 200 billion is not the same as somebody who was born into 2 billion and turn it into 200,000 because they feel like they deserve it and they plan on sitting on their asses and just spending your money because of your blood, sweat, and tears that you put into your business, that you built. Miss me with that BS, man. We some sucker ass people in this country. We don't have balls anymore. We don't stand for anything for real. We are hive minds. We only rock with people who all say the same thing. That's why it's difficult for me to fit in any groups, because I cannot join the hive mind. I just can't. Even if it's a conservative one, even if it's a MAGA one, I don't fit. Because some of y'all don't even hold Trump accountable. When he F up, you make up excuses. Yeah, I said it, and I'll say it again. I can't follow nobody who don't have a backbone. A lot of y'all, man, y'all will switch up as long as it serves you. And I hate that. I'm not judging because I'm the same way. I do that for the people that I love. I do that for the people that I love. Let my wife tell me that she has a desire to get more healthy and she wants to walk every day. She wants to run every day. And then I see her skip 5 days or a week. Because I love her and I don't want to start anything and I want to be I want to have peace in my household. I'm not going to always be up on her like, are we going to walk? We're going to walk. We're going to walk. We're going to work out. We're going to work out like David Goggins. Like, we got to get to it. We got to hustle. We got to do it. Nah, sometimes you give people grace that you care about. And we're all biased to a certain degree. We will look at somebody else commit a crime and we would look like hang them, kill them, arrest them. But let that be your son or your daughter. How can I protect my baby? Call out lawyers. Don't say anything. Be quiet. You're trying to get them the smallest sentence in the world because they're your babies. I was going somewhere with this. See, Trump knows how to weave and come back. I weave and leave, bro. Like I see a mental squirrel and I'll be like, zoom. Somebody said, why are people jealous of rich people? They're jealous of rich people because rich people lock in. That's why. Rich people lock in and they get sugar honey iced tea done. And they make money that most people can't because they don't have the discipline. They don't have the desire to bet on themselves. They don't believe that they can do that. They believe that you have to be privileged. In order to make yourself feel good, you got to downplay somebody else's success. And just in case you don't know this, if you're one of them people that do that, you are a hater. That's what a hater is. That's exactly what a hater is. Anybody that hates somebody that's successful simply because they're successful, and they will find whatever excuse possible to say, well, Trump is only success. Like Jasmine Crockett do it all the time. She do it all the time. And again, I think she's extremely intelligent, beautiful black woman, ugly when she says certain things. Her eyelashes get on my damn nerves. Her eyes not the same length. Like one is up here and one is down here. I get that. You know what I mean? The one is closed like Forrest Whitaker and one is open. That's her natural makeup. That don't make her not beautiful. But she says some stupid things. She's a clown. She's the real what you call it, grifter. She dances for her party. She says that Trump is stupid. She says that Trump is not successful. She says that he only did it because he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. This is a young person who's just doing the dozens. She's playing the dozens. She's talking trash. That's all she's doing. In the black community, that's something that we love to do, and we do it well. I've seen many times where the people playing the dozens are usually the ones that don't have nearly as much as the people who do. Because they're so creative. They've made up in their mind all these different reasons as to why they aren't where they're supposed to be. But they will break you down for being exactly where you are. If you're intelligent, like my children, my daughter, one of my oldest daughters, when she was in school, they would say that some people would say that she talk white. That right there is a sign that you're a hater. You talk white. What are you trying to say? The only people that speak properly are white people? The only people that use their words that they learn throughout the course of their lives are white people? Wow, that's how you look at black people? Okay. More power to you. More power to you. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I want to show y'all something. Hold on one second. Yeah, I want to show y'all something. All right. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure you answer the poll. 411 of you have answered the poll. 60% of you are saying that New York voters got played. 26% of you are saying that New York voters screwed us all because they set a precedent. They set a precedent. They set a precedent. Wow. Let me see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I'm gonna save these for separate videos. I'm gonna save these for separate videos. All right. Let me see what y'all are saying inside of the chat, because I'm sure y'all was probably fussing at me. And let's see. I moved to the suburbs when I was 12, and people told me I talk like an N-word. Wow. Wow. Who are the boring Republicans you're listening to? I don't listen to any boring Republicans. I'm talking about how the Democrats describe Republicans as boring old white men. Yeah. They say that all the time. That the Republicans are the party of boring old racist white men. The new conservatives you're seeing, the individuals who are young free thinkers, younger free thinkers, that's what you're seeing all over the internet. And plus, also, I want to say this too. It's popular to be a conservative nowadays. It just is what it is. It's always popular to go against what's like, to be bold and to stand out and to go up against what everybody is saying you should do. And a lot of people really don't feel that way. They really not conservatives for real. They really not free thinkers for real. They're doing what's popular. And I'm not going to hate on them. I'm not going to hate on them at all. You notice how they make all the villains in movies rich and the superhero is poor? They train us to be comfortable being poor. You're not lying, Edgar. You're not lying at all. That's why I said on one of my shows about a year ago that Elon Musk is the perfect supervillain. In a movie, he will be the perfect supervillain. Not Trump, but Elon. And I want y'all to think about that for a reason. I mean, for just a moment. Just a moment. People think that Trump will be the supervillain. No. No. It will actually be Elon. It would be Elon. Someone that's different growing up. Someone that probably didn't have a whole bunch of friends because he was different. Put his head down, became extremely intelligent, started doing everything that he always wanted to put his mind to. Said that he will be the richest man in the world. He will go to the moon someday. Making a list of all the people who bullied him all throughout his years of being a teenager and a kid, wherever he grew up. Gets older, get all of the cars he wants, makes his own car. Like, this dude makes his own robots. Start going to the moon, get whatever beautiful woman he want, have 20, 50 million babies. I think Elon Musk has about 15 babies at this point. All these different baby mothers, like, I'm handing it out. I'm doing my thing. And still not be happy because people are still making fun of him. People are still making fun of him, and he's achieved way more than most people can even dream. I'm just saying, man. That's a supervillain right there. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy, but most people will paint him out to be. Look, a main man said conservatism is the new punk rock. Yep. It's just popular. It's just the thing to do. It's like we're the resistance. We're the resistance now. And we are, because think about it. We sat back and we watched the country get taken over by illegal immigrants. And the party that held power at the moment, not only did they do anything to stop it, but they encouraged it. They funded it. They made it worse and worse and worse on purpose. And they tried to act like they were doing it as some, everybody needs love, everybody needs a place to feel great. We're going to bring everybody in. Yes, let us all come in. This is what the Lord will want everybody to come. Come on, won't you come? Won't you please come? Pause and no diddy. Pause and no diddy. And here's the thing too. A lot of people look at people who don't understand wealth. They look at bankruptcy as failure. Here's the thing though. Success comes with failure. You can't succeed without failure. Anyone that you see walking down the street who has a nice, fit body fail day after day after day after day. And they intentionally fail because that's how you get your muscles. You got to push yourself to the limit until your body fails. And then when your body fails, you take it a step further and you push it even more. And then you get cut up from the inside, bleed, scab, get bigger and bigger and bigger, bleed, scab, get bigger and bigger and bigger, bleed, scab, get swollen muscles over and over and over again, push yourself to failure, win. Push yourself to failure and win. And that's how it goes. And the rich people, the wealthy people, they know this. They do this all the time. They do this all the time. They invest their money often. And we laugh at them when they fail, but guess what? They're still moving in a better trajectory than we are financially because they're at least trying to stretch their money. They're trying to grow it. They're trying to flip it. But those of us who don't understand, we will look at them and be like, you filed for bankruptcy, not knowing that that's actually a tool that the wealthy use. They use that. They go out of their way to use that. And they will still have millions in the bank while they do it. So we listen to the people who don't really know what the hell they're talking about. And I don't know, man. It's like the blind leading the blind, and we're fine with it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Adversity is a blessing in disguise. Yep. Failure is inherent in successful entrepreneurism. Yep. They use our money to try. Yep. The same way Mom Donnie is going to, he said, I know I said when I was running for mayor that I wasn't going to ask you for no money, but I think I'm going to need some cash. You know what I mean? How else are we going to do it? I mean, think about it. What? You thought I wasn't going to ask you for no money? You the dumb one. Where else was I going to get it? Where else was I going to get funding? From you, idiot. Now give me some cash. Come on. Give me some cash. Send it to this website right here. Spend that bread, Fred. Good business owners take risks and sometimes fail, but ultimately still contribute and employ skilled and educated people. And then comes a socialist mayor or a socialist governor who says, people aren't being paid enough. Paying them $15 an hour ain't going to cut it. We need for them to be paid $30 an hour. minimum. And then people who build their businesses start losing their businesses because they were already dealing with very thin margins already. They were already trying to figure out how they was going to be able to keep all of their employees at $15 an hour. And that's why they also wanted immigrants to join the fray, because they're cool with you sneaking and breaking the law and paying them under the table to do the work, because it costs $15 an hour for an American citizen to work for me. But if I pay an immigrant under the table, I could hire 3 of them for that same $15 an hour, just charge them $5 a piece. $5 an hour. I mean, I can pay them $5 an hour a piece, get 3 times the work done, and I still don't have to pay extra benefits because the city provides for immigrants. The city provides for people who don't have this or don't have that. So we're going to work the system. And then it causes us to ask the question, whose side are you on? Because if you're robbing the country in order to build up your own business, clearly you don't care about American citizens. You don't care about this country. But nobody wants to have those type of conversations, man. That's why when people are talking about anything other than that, I lose interest. I don't even want to talk to you. Some people are happy and comfortable with what they have and don't chase the bag the same way. Courtney, you are 1,000% right. As a matter of fact, most people that I know that aren't chasing a bag, they are the happiest people in the world. They are the happiest. And here's another thing. I started out by saying, and thank you for the comment, I started out by saying that most people who don't have a lot of money, while I was specifically talking about people in the hood, are happy. They're good. They straight. Like, they have a good time in their neighborhoods and communities. Everybody know them. Every time you see them, they smiling. It's a fun place to be. They're not chasing all this fame or riches. They are fine. They got family around them, loving on them, friends, neighbors, everybody around the neighborhood know them. They good. But here's where the trick comes in. When you have people, and I'm not taking shots at anybody, but I have to say something based off of this comment right here. When you don't have the ambition to do a whole bunch of bigger things so that you can leave riches for your family, because that's biblical. If you don't have that ambition, it's easy for the government to trick you into believing that the rich should fund your life because you're already happy and well off. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm stretching it, and like, I'm really not getting to the bag like I want to. But then they tell you that's a good thing. Like, maybe you're not getting to it because you don't have the same opportunities as the rich people on that side of the country, or you don't have the same, you were being held down ever since birth. Like, the same way that they try to make colored people feel a certain type of way, victimized way, they make poor white people feel the same way. And then these people don't read. They don't read who the policies that they're voting for. They just go and vote for the person that has the most charisma, the person that sounds like, yeah, I'm voting for him. I guess he's going to do us good. He said he's for the people. And plus, Jasmine Crockett, I like her, and she like him, so I like him. They don't care about what's to come. They don't see how it can negatively impact them. Also, since they don't have businesses and since they're not trying to make opportunities for other people, they don't see how this can directly hurt them until it does. For instance, in DC, I go visit my mother-in-law all the time. She stays in DC, in a rough part of DC. I go visit her all the time. Just was over there cutting her grass. When was it? Sunday I went over there to cut her grass while she was at work. She works in a rehab facility. I was over there cutting her grass. And while I'm cutting her grass, there's like 8 youngins across the street from her. 8 youngins. And when I say youngins, I mean teenagers to young 20s. Those ages. YNs. And they out there smoking J's and just chilling. I'm like, this they neighborhood, they cooling, you know what I mean? And I'm going to go ahead and cut this grass, and you know what I mean? They doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. Then out of the blue, one of them just started welling on another one of them, just whooping his ass. I'm talking about straight hooks to the jaw. Bow, 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 bow. Youngin drop. He's still hitting him. Bow, 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 bow. Youngin just down there trying not to get hit in the face, just balling up. Still getting hit. Bow, bow, bow. The other 7 youngins that was standing around, they just smoking their weed, talking, just looking at it, not really paying too much attention to it, just looking at it like it ain't nothing. And they all had, it was hot, and they all had on overcoats, masks covering their entire face. And I could have made an assumption of who those youngins are, but I was once those youngins. And I wasn't about to jump over there and be like, hey, leave him alone. I would have been the one that all of them would jumped on, because I don't live around there. I'm around there with the shiny pickup truck, looking like a conservative. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, those people in that neighborhood are complaining now that the mayor don't care about them. Because what the mayor of DC does is put speeding cameras all over the city, and then lowered the speed limits from 30 miles per hour to like 20. Like ridiculous. And they claim it's about safety, but nobody got hit by a car around there. Nobody. But they're bringing in the dough from speeding tickets, taking advantage of them. Towing their vehicles once they don't pay their tickets, because a lot of them aren't paying their tickets. They can't afford to. They are taking advantage of these people. Why? Because they don't have the ambition to step out there and build something more for their families. And they're not reading about policy. They're just voting for people blindly based off of whoever claimed that they're for the people. And this exact same thing has just now happened in New York City. And that's what I'm speaking up about. It's crazy, man. Van, that part of immigration isn't addressed enough. Exploitation. It needs to, but they're not going to bring it up. Nobody really want to talk about it, because then they will be complicit. And when Scott Jennings tried to bring this information up on panels like CNN, they try to knock it down like it don't exist, like he's bringing up some type of conspiracy or something. Because they want us to believe that it's all kumbaya, that we're helping them out. We're helping these people out. This is the life that they always wanted, and we are the ones to provide it for them. They're escaping treachery from wherever they're coming from, and we are the ones that's going to give them the community that they need and the protections that they need. And it's all BS, man. It's all BS. For real. Let me see. He let the veil down in his speech. Yeah, he did. He let everybody know who he was and what he was all about. Thank you so much, Brent, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Wheezy, thank you for the memberships that you donated, that you gifted. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all take advantage of the memberships, guys. Take advantage of the memberships. Thank you, Wheezy. Love USA. I am a naturalized citizen from Asia in U.S. for 30 years. White Americans are some of the nicest people. You guys have been played because Americans' enemies want USA to fail. That is all, period. I'm with you 100%. I know a bunch of white people that I worked with in Department of Defense. Gene Stidham, when I was 24 years old, he hired me to come on to the installation and work as a contractor. And ever since he hired me, young white dude with a family, real cool, hired me. Then Chris and his cousin, they worked in the hazardous pharmacy downstairs. And it would have been more money if I got that job because they was trying to move up to bigger and better jobs too. And I was doing business with them, and they got me hired in the pharmacy with them. Then Mary Hanlon, and they was both white, bald-headed, looked like they conservative as hell, and they got me inside the pharmacy. Mary Hanlon, Italian, she got me over in she got me over as an actual government employee from contractor. Kevin, her supervisor, I could have been fired for some stuff that went down on the installation, but he made sure that didn't happen. So many different times, like Jim Craik, Jamie, John, like Chris Rice, a white dude at the installation. All he did was talk about business, talk about investing, talk about rich dad, poor dad, talk about different books and information that I should try to attain so that I can think bigger than what I was thinking. If it weren't for Chris Rice, we wouldn't be talking right now. I wouldn't have started doing a podcast trying to figure out how to help people get likes, follows, and retweets, because at the time that was the currency of the day. And it's still the currency of the day, because people on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, Twitch, Kick, streamers, content creators are making way more money than doctors and freaking lawyers. I didn't know that at the time, but I set out on a journey to figure it out for myself so that once I did have that information, I could then double back and show people exactly what I found, teach people exactly what I learned. And that's why I do my coaching now. That's the only reason why I coach people now, is because of Chris Rice. If it wasn't for Chris Rice saying, bro, here's a couple of books that you should check out. And then it was this black mechanic, this mechanical engineer that worked at another one of our installations. I had to go to their installation once a month. It was probably like an hour away from the installation where I worked, but I had to go to that installation once a month to inspect the above ground storage tanks, all of the places where they kept their oil and those types of things, just to make sure that when it was time for them to be inspected, that they will pass everything. I was the guy to make sure it get done. And every time I was there, this guy would tell me all the different ways that he was stacking his chips, all the different ways that he was thinking about he was becoming an entrepreneur. He was taking out contracts with the federal government, cutting grass at different places. He was picking up metals with his own truck. Him and his son, they would go out and just collect metals and then go turn them in. And it was just so much other stuff, man. And because of that, I started trying to think bigger and better. I was trying to figure out, how can I build something that I can leave for my children? You know what I mean? And I still haven't figured it out. I'm 47 years old and still trying to figure out some things, because I realized that in order for me to be where I want to be, I got to help people get to where they need to go. In order for me to make a certain amount of money or have a certain amount of money in the bank, I got to make sure that I can put a certain amount of money in other people's bank accounts. In order to help myself, I got to help others. The Lord told me that. To whom much is given, much is required. But we will have people thinking that America hate us. We will have people thinking that America want us to be under their thumb and broke and poor, broke, busted, and disgusted, when that's not the case. In order for America to continue to thrive the way it has been, more of us need to be successful. More of us need to be educated. We need to continue to invest in the systems that help people, that work already, not tear us down. And that's why I voted for Trump. That's why whenever my family members start all that BS about, man, Trump the worst, and he the dumbest, and he the this, and he the that. Have you seen this video? He's so stupid. Have you seen this video? He don't understand nothing. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Don't let me get into my have you seen this bag? Because as soon as I get into my have you seen this bag, I start hurting feelings. Have you seen the last 4 years under Biden? How did that work for us? Huh? Was Chicago doing better or worse? Was Baltimore doing better or worse? Was DC doing better or worse? I'm talking about crime-wise. Was New York doing better or worse? How was business? How was inflation? Like, we can go on and on. I don't even want to do that because guess what happens when you do that? One side stops listening and just because while you're talking, all they're doing is searching their data banks. They're looking for information to combat whatever you're saying. They want to debunk whatever you're saying. They don't want to hear what you're saying because what you're saying is going to make them believe that how they've been voting has been wrong. What you're saying is going to make them believe that they're not as smart as they think they are. So they're going to close their mind. They're going to be closed-minded to anything that you try to give them. Even if it could be facts right over there. As soon as Ben Shapiro said facts don't care about your feelings, people got mad. It was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean facts don't care about your feelings? Feelings is everything. Nope. Facts. You got to go on facts. Then we can go to feelings. Thank you, Love USA. Brent Ash, give Coach Van an apron. He cooking. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Falling off the bone. Falling off the bone. CW, Chad's wife. Oh, okay, I see you. How long you? 23 married, 23 years. Let's go, Debbie. I received the nickname 23 years ago. Wanted to make sure you see this, Coach. Absolutely, Debbie. That's what I'm talking about. Look at her. Look at Debbie. Look at Debbie, man. That's what I'm talking about. 23 years married. Chad's wife. Chad is a good brother. Well, I'm assuming that he's a good brother. Guess what? I got a lot of family members that think that Chad is racist. And they think you're racist too, Debbie. They think you hate me. Yeah. Yeah. Like, look, hold on, look. I'm building relationships with people, right? I'm building relationships with people that could potentially last forever. We could probably make some money together one day. Who knows? But I have a lot of family members and friends, people from my church and everything, old coworkers who will say that Debbie and Chad hate me because I'm black. Much love to you and your family. God has blessed you. God has blessed you so much that you even go by the name of Chad's wife. You know, my wife always saying, husband, husband. I like calling you my husband, husband, husband. Like it's a blessed thing. But guess what? The Democrats are trying to get away from that. The nuclear family is considered to be racist. They want to get away from nuclear family, but they want to run into a Muslim family. Ooh. Are they ready for that? Are they ready for their Muslim man to come home and tell them that they got another woman that they about to bring into the household? Are they ready for their devout Muslim husband to start bringing in 9-year-old girls, 14-year-old girls, 12-year-old girls and bringing them into the relationship? Are they ready for that? I'm sorry. And these are not rumors. This is part of what they practice. You want to talk about the great Muhammad? You want to talk about the honorable Muhammad and what he was about? Oh, no, we're not about to talk about that, are we? So I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. I'm going to jump off of that. I'm going to jump off of that soapbox before I get in trouble. Because this is wild, bro. Doing Dave things. Shout out to Doing Dave things on X. Shout out to my people on X, by the way. Much love to you guys, man. I've been growing like crazy over there. Dave says people find the bag when they stop looking for it. You know when people say that, it gets on my damn nerves. It gets on my nerves. I don't like when people say that. But I understand. I get it now. I totally get it now. I totally get it now, because when we got those blinders on, chase the bag, 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 we miss out on opportunities that can get us there much faster. That will build it will build partnerships with people who are doing it the right way. It will build partnerships with people who already have structure. It will start conversations with people about things that ain't got nothing to do with the bag. But then you realize that this person, not only are they a good person, but they're smart, and they, after talking to them, they have a missing piece that I didn't even know I had. Wow. So he's absolutely right. But when people say that, it's like, man, what does that mean, bro? You're not giving me any instruction. I need some instruction on how to get to the bag. I will say this, guys. Even if you're not the type of person to chase the bag, y'all need to go ahead and try to figure out ways to chase a bag. Okay? Even if it's on the low, stack up for your family. Okay? Give your children a soft landing spot. See, the issue is a lot of y'all are already past that. Your children are grown already, so you're not even thinking like that. You're like, my children are good. I'm good. My children are taking care of my grandbabies. I ain't got nobody else to take care of. It's just me, my husband, my dogs, my cats. That's it. My chickens, whatever the case may be, my cat, whatever. All I'm going to say is it's never too late to stack for yourself. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen, man. A lot of us believe that this life is forever, that our assets will always be ours. That's not the case. That's not the case. You can help so many other people. And a lot of times, too, we're selfish in thinking that I don't need this. I'm good. What about other people? Other people not good. And for all you know, that could be a part of your purpose. But do you know your purpose? Are you chasing your purpose at least? I get it if you're not chasing the bag, but are you chasing your purpose? Because your purpose could open up opportunities for other people. For real. P. Fox, I recommend everyone read the book Mexiphonia. It's an eye-opener. Mexiphonia. I think I get the gist. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Appreciate you. I'll have 19 years of marriage in December, beyond blessed. Look at everybody starting to compare themselves. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Soon as Debbie said, I've been married for 23 years to Chad. Chad it turns me on. Chad lights my fire. Soon as Debbie said something about Chad lighting her fire, now everybody want to start putting theirs out there. I've been married for 88 years. I've been married before I was born. I've been married for 27 years. Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, I think it's a beautiful thing. Let me see. Now, yes and no, because if you're chasing your purpose, you probably aren't fulfilling your purpose, but at least you're looking, you're exploring, you're trying to figure things out. So in the process of chasing your purpose, you're building toward that. For instance, when I very first set out to do the podcast thing, I thought it was to help people make money. What I didn't know was the Lord was putting me in position to operate my gifts and to help other people do the same. And it had nothing to do with monetary gain. It was just about inspiring and providing people with a community to feel like they can do it too, to understand that they can do it too. And it came with instruction. It came with patience. It came with cheerleaders. It came with many other things. Hold on 1 second. This is Van. Hey, Kaiser Permanente called me just now talking about, have you called yet to schedule your CT scan? Because I was supposed to get a CT scan like a few months ago. But when I tried to go to the doctor for the CT scan, they told me I had to call radiology and set up a CT scan. When I made the appointment online, it was for the CT scan, but it was just to see my doctor who told me to call for CT scan. I said, it's right down the damn hall. Can you tell them that I'm here and I can just go down the hall and get a CT scan? He said, no, unfortunately, it don't work that way. You're going to have to call them and set up an appointment. So I got to leave here, call the doctor again for a CT scan, the radiology department, and then get it done. I ended up calling to try to get a CT scan. They had to call my doctor that I just now seen again so that he can write a note telling them that I should receive a CT scan. And then after he acknowledged that I needed one, then I got to call him again. Now they calling me like, have you set up your CT scan yet? I'm like, yo, are you in radiology? Because we can just do this right now. Oh, unfortunately, you're going to have to call them. Like, what? Why do I got to go through all these damn hoops when y'all are in the same exact damn building? I get it. It's certain ways to do things, and I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, but come on, bro. I could have been got my CT scan. Make it easier for people to get that business done. It's crazy. Let me see. All right, guys. So we had a great conversation today. I believe we did anyway. Let me see this right here. You want to be blessed? Keep your eyes on Jesus. Seek the kingdom of God, and all needs will be provided in his timing. You learn what he gives is better than what you wanted. Annette Dismore, I disagree. The Lord wants action. Sometimes we focus on the Lord when we're just focusing on church, and we're focusing on scripture, and we're focusing on the things that we've learned throughout our own walk with Christ. But we never take action. We never jump out there. We never start the ball rolling in the right direction. And we're always standing our book. We're always going to church. We're always going to this service or that. And we don't get anything done. We just constantly just living our life and praising the Lord. And nothing moves towards our purpose. I was in ministry for 19 years. 19 years. And nothing was moving toward what to my goals that I need to get done. But the church was benefiting. My family was definitely benefiting from me being in ministry. Well, that goes up and down, left and right. Like when I tell y'all that story, it will blow your freaking mind. But not until I started really focusing on getting things done, working toward my own goals, that my goals started to get knocked out one by one. Not until I intentionally went after it did my bank account start to change for the better. Because while I was focusing on Jesus, guess what? I was in debt. So sometimes you got to intentionally use what Christ put inside of you, because you are the man and woman of God that he birthed you to be. But until you activate what he put inside of you, you're going to remain stuck like Chuck. All right? I know so many people who are all about God's word and God's life, and they are broke, busted, and disgusted, waiting for somebody to come bless them, waiting for a pastor to bless them, waiting for someone to come save the day. Been going to the food banks at the church for years. So I'm just saying, sometimes we got to fix that ourselves. And the Lord places that inside of us to be able to do just that. But people that wait on the Lord, nah, their strength get renewed, but they don't get closer to their goal. I'm just saying. All right. So God's way is, y'all are something, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, I'm going to let y'all go ahead and leave on that because I don't want to piss anybody off. But I'm going to let y'all believe what you want to believe. Make sure you go to hatsforsale.com. Get you a hat, guys. Check out my merch. Put in LFR 10 for 10% off. And if you are a content creator, business owner, artist, or coach, and you're looking to jump into content creation, make sure you holler at me. Get the course or reach out to me with the word coach, and we will get it popping. Thank y'all so much for being absolutely amazing. For everybody who contributed financially, thank you again. And for all of my blues, my greens, thank you guys. Y'all are dope. I'll see y'all on the next one. All right? Peace out. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.